What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody, and a happy Saturday night to you. I am Love Coach Scott Katamas, and welcome to the Awakening World. I see a lot of our wonderful friends that are regulars that are in our Zoom room with us. And I want to welcome all of you who are watching on all of our different Facebook groups and pages and our different broadcast partners. A big hello to those of you watching on the Conscious Awakening Network, Steve Farrell's Humanities Rising, and all the Facebook groups and pages. Thank you to John and Summer Raymer who get us out to all of you. Today's topic is all about amplifying each other's light. And we've got a wonderful group of people coming to us from all over the world. And I'm going to especially just give a special shout out to Kara Stonehouse. She's coming to us from France, where it's probably right now just about 4 o'clock in the morning. So thank you for being with us. And she's brought on her friends from all over the world who are going to share with us all about amplifying each other's light. And when I knew that that was the topic, I thought my co-host for this show has got to be Eden Amadora. And we always love when Eden makes herself available to co-host with us. And she's somebody who's been amplifying light for people in so many different ways. So Eden, as co-host, what is this topic? What does this theme mean to you?
Thank you so much, Scott. I'm so happy to be here again. It's always an honor, and it has everything to do with the awakening world and the awakening process and our evolution and where we are right now in humanity. For me, amplifying each other's light is the most surefire way to raise our own frequency and stay in love. When you're in service to other rather than service to self, when you are walking in love, as love, for love, you can't help but to amplify others' light, amplifying each other's light. It's the we, it's this age that we are in. We are moving now into the collective awakening of unity consciousness. So amplifying each other's light is lifting the veils of darkness and ignorance and the illusion of separation on the planet. It is what's happening. It is the most important thing. I'm so glad we all signed up to be here right now. This is the best place to be while we're on the front of the big wave. So all of us who identify as healers, lamp lifters, way showers, light workers, it's a soul calling that brought us to this world at this very time to be a part of this great awakening. And for me, I'm so grateful that I have the honor to reflect back others' essence, light, and beauty, and the truth of how miraculous and amazing we are. And as I do this work, I'm naturally blessed up by it. So all of us who do this work know what a blessing it is to get out of our small stories, to get out of the little, mundane stressors, and to serve, to love and serve. And as we do that, if we do that regularly, we know that no matter what's happening, this opportunity to love and serve naturally brings us back into joy, into gratitude, into higher states of just ecstatic yes for life again. So as we amplify each other's light, it's like a reciprocity. We are in love. We are feeling that joy of being in that beauty together. I'm seeing some hearts. Thank you. I love you too. Yeah, I see some nods. Like we're preaching to the choir here. Yes. I just feel the quickening. I feel like there's no other place I'd rather be tonight than to be a part of what these beautiful beings are going to be offering. I am wanting to speak a little bit about when it doesn't feel all shiny and bright, and how sometimes our minds will think something's wrong, and how we'll lose a little bit of our like momentum. It'll appear that way. And there's deep work going on beneath the surface. You see my background. It's like the day and the night, the shadow and the light, the sun and the moon. We are here weaving all parts of ourselves back into wholeness, into the center point of the heart. And for me, if there's one teaching that comes through in my entire lifetime, it is that this is the sacred heart is the key. As we live in this place, all that we might have perceived as shadow makes sense. We can give gratitude for the apparent suffering, the apparent betrayals, the apparent setbacks, all that we have felt as not being in the light. We start to recognize the necessity for the soul growth, the necessity of, it's like that grist for the mill we hear so much about. So my invitation to us tonight is, as we celebrate the light, as we amplify each other's light, let it bring more compassion to ourselves for our own journeys when it doesn't feel bright, and for our fellow humanity, because there is a lot of suffering in this world. And together we are the ones that are walking with our hearts open in love to be the balm the world needs right now. Let's keep going.
Beautiful. I want to read a quick comment and then a quick question for you, Eden. The comment is from Eleanor Joy. She says, rather than preaching, it's more like you are nourishing and supporting your choir, Eden, to sing from the heart and soul. So thank you for that, Eleanor Joy.
Thank you.
What's a simple tip when you're having a funky day, or your life circumstances are not supporting you in the way that you want to be supported, to amplify the light around you or the light in your external world?
Yeah, for me, one of the go-to simple, tried and true practices is to come back to the present moment. And we live so much in our minds, and our suffering is in our minds, but we breathe in the present moment. We move our body in the present moment. If you can walk on the earth and let every breath and every step be a mantra of I am here now again, and bring yourself back. Sometimes the simple act of bringing your hand to your heart and breathing I am here now, it releases oxytocin. It brings you right back to the present moment, because that's where the joy and gratitude is. That's where we start recharging and remembering who we really are. And yeah, it sometimes takes repetition. Do you know that every apparently negative, hard emotional state only lasts 30 to 90 seconds? The neuroscience has proven this. It's the repetitive thinking about things from a looping that brings us into those feelings. So if you can shift by a mantra like thank you, or I am here now, and cut through the looping with your breath, your hand on your heart, your feet on the earth, barefoot, best of all, if you can get some sun in your eyes while you're doing it, woo, now you're rocking, now you're raising your vibration. That'll help immensely too.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that tip, that tool. And of course, we'll have much more Eden with us. Now, there's another wonderful way for us to raise our vibration, and that is to listen to Omashar music. That raises the vibration every time. And here he is, our beloved brother, my co-host every week, every show, Omashar. And you are truly amplifying the light through your music and through who you are as a being, Omashar. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I seem to remember the time when we all were happy and my family, we all were together. Singing harmonies, my sisters and brothers. I often dream that we're gathered together and we all live in this beautiful garden by a river with my favorite flowers and the trees there, I know them by name. If you'd like a new life, here it is, here it is, here it is. If you'd like a true life, here it is, here it is, here it is. We all are born of the great sun. We all are beloved golden ones. Do you remember? You're part of the story. You remember that you are the glory. So if you'd like a new life, here it is, here it is, here it is. If you'd like a true life, here it is, here it is, here it is.
So Twinkle Beloved Omashar for that beautiful, beautiful song.
Thank
Wow. Wow.
you. Yeah, there we are.
There is something haunting about that melody, Omashar. It's
It is. It's a phenomenal song, and it was. There's only a handful of songs in my career, let's say, that have arrived in dream state, and that song arrived 100% in dream state. I woke up one morning and I heard the lyrics and the tambour, the Indian instruments behind, and the percussion and the chord structures, and my mind went, no, just go back to sleep. And I said, no, get up and write it down. So I wrote it down, and by the end of the day, the whole thing was complete. Some songs take months, and this was done in like just 6 or 7 hours from the dream state. So that's possibly why it's so haunting.
I recall somebody asked Bob Dylan, how do you write so many songs? He said, oh, I don't write them. I just write them down.
Exactly that. I just write them down, exactly. And sometimes I go back when I'm in a funky mood, and I'm really glad, Eden, that you ambled this show tonight with what happens when you're in a funky mood, because sometimes when I'm in that slightly low vibrational state, and I listen to my music and I thought, who the heck wrote that? Because I certainly didn't, and maybe at that vibration I'm not, but I'm so glad that we're on the same page, and it is by hearing each other that we can lift each other up.
I eventually just found an email where he sent me, because they've.
There we go. I got those, Karen. Yeah, so there it is. It's like because I used to freak out. Okay, where's my booty gone? Where's my joie de vivre gone? And it didn't leave. It was me with my mental looping that took me down to a lower vibration. And so it's, you know, I'm getting jiggy with it. I'm learning. I'm gaining mastery. And okay, so when I now stumble and fall on my face, I don't beat myself up anymore. I try to laugh. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we're going to go from, you know, the British sound of Omashar's voice and his beautiful music all the way to France, where Cara Stonehouse is. And Cara's been on the show a couple of times. You remember she was with us recently. We did an Artists Catalyzing Evolution program together for World Unity Week. And she is who does these incredible spontaneous pieces of art. It's beautiful. We were all together in Sedona for the Evolutionary Leaders Network, and she made this gigantic mural that had kind of what the themes of the week were. And Cara, you are who have brought all these wonderful people with us tonight. So I'm going to turn it over to you to introduce all the wonderful women that you're working with and tell us a little bit about how you're amplifying each other's light.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scott. It's such a joy to be here and such a joy to co-create this work with my evolutionary sisters. This program's made for us to amplify our light together in community and walk through those dark places, holding each other's hands so we can really make it. So here's, so I'd like to introduce my Amplify sisters. We've got Reverend Catherine Elena Frazee. She's the owner of Violet Vibrations, Quantum Transformation. She's a Hawaiian shaman, feminine power coach, planetary healer. And the key word for Reverend Catherine is uplifter. You can't help but believe in yourself when she reflects herself back to you. And so sure, she has this firm belief in the positive outcomes of our world through our bringing our superpowers forward. Big love, Catherine. And we have Lisa Cipottini. Lisa is a creative force dedicated to creating safe, colorful spaces for self-discovery, connection, and enjoyment. With her deep understanding of the transformational power of art, Lisa guides others to tap into their own artistic potential for enhanced mental and emotional wellness. So Lisa just has a super kind and empathetic heart as well. And she's living with her daughter and her granddaughter now. And I just see that just lighting her up from the inside out and bringing that joy and love to the community. So thank you. And her art as well to the community in our branding. Yeah. Lisa. Next, we have Marta Keller. Marta is a former lawyer turned somatic coach specializing in resilience for entrepreneurs and other high performance leaders. So Marta brings this steady, clear sense of home, and you can always feel held and safe in Marta's presence. Welcome. Next is Sasha Sorak. Sasha is absolutely a radiant soul dedicated to her art and the transformative power of expressive movement and empathy. She's a certified resonant healing practitioner and facilitator of empathy expression gatherings, which are just open you up to move through everything so beautifully. She guides individuals on these profound journeys of self-discovery and connection. And Sasha has this incredible ability to understand like what's going on inside herself and reflect that back and to host the group through that similar process. And so her ability to see and regulate herself creates this field for us to just really shine. So we have been together since doing some courses together in 2017 and just bringing our evolutionary, standing for each other to bring our evolutionary self forward in sisterhood and to see each other going through dark places together, holding each other every week in love and support. And now as the world is changing and the energy is really grounding this transformation that the world is ready for, we're also grounding and saying, yes, how do we bring these offerings forward? How do we make money doing it so that we're really thriving and really grounding? And we said, yeah, let's do it together and let's do it for others as well as we learn together. So this field is strong and holds us in love. So thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how you all are supporting each other and what your process is of supporting each other, and then of course how our audience can get involved.
Yeah. So we're creating this community together where we're going to meet every week and we're going to walk through the process of launching an offering. So how do we, what are the steps? How do we think through the steps? How do we take on this prototyping mindset so that at first you don't know the answers, but we come together, we sense in, we get guidance, we get support, and then you try something, you get feedback and you learn. And so it doesn't feel like failing, it feels like learning, and we hold each other. What was our learning this week? And what was, I tried this small workshop, and this small workshop, and I learned that this direction is actually the one that I think I want to continue on going. And then we help with the nervous system support. So as I go to become visible on YouTube and it's not working and I'm having a breakdown, how do I learn to bring that presence that Eden was talking about? How do I set that practice and practice that together with my sister? So that's the nervous system support part. So we're bringing the practical and the and the emotional together, and walking through it slowly as a community, so that you, by the end, you can be making money with your offering into the world. And so that you pay some to be part of the community, but then the idea is that you make that money back because you learn those skills, and you set up with some kind of payment gateway, which you may have never really wanted to figure out before or felt comfortable, but now you do, and you just start small and go in. Or if you already have something, how do I take it to the next level? So this field that holds you in your life evolute, coming up to its next level. And I wonder what any of else of you want to share about that.
I'll add. Thanks so much, Kara. And it's really wonderful to be here with Scott and everyone in Eden this evening, or this morning, if you happen to be somewhere where it's a different time of day. I want to add that so many of us know we have something to contribute to the world right now that is important, but we don't necessarily know what or how. And we wanted to create a space of support and accountability, because given everything that's happened, it feels like everyone's gifts need to come forward right now in support of creating the world we want to create. And so this is a space for that. Whether you have a dream and you know what it is, or whether you need the space to explore and imagine and be in possibility, we're holding space for that exploration with all the mountains and valleys that might go along the way, so that your gifts can come forward, because we're all needed for the transformation that's coming.
So beautiful, ladies. So I'm glad that you clarified, Sasha, because I was listening and I was first imagining you were doing this just for each other, but I'm getting that this is in service to the world. You're ready to offer this to everyone. So that's a really big difference and a wonderful thing to hear about. And I know we're gonna get to receive some of your gifts very soon on the show tonight, and feel more of what you're bringing. Is there a link that you can already pop in the chat for the guests here, and just so they can even go check it out and see, like, and have it on their browser for later? Oh, yay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there it is. We're putting it in the chat box. And for those of you who are watching on Facebook or one of our group pages, it's thehaguecenter.org/amplify. So you go to the Hague Center, that's HAGUE center.org/amplify. And maybe one of you can just tell us a little bit about this website that we're looking at. This.
Yeah, so the course is launching on Tuesday, 10/10, and so we're starting with a ceremony this Tuesday. And if you, on that site, everything's on it. You just read down and to the bottom and see the schedule and the plan we have for the months ahead. It's a 6-month course, and for that you get there's the learning portion and the coaching portion as part of that. It's all included.
Beautiful. And of course,
it's a lot of care and love.
Beautiful. Well, of course, we are going to be learning all about what these wonderful ladies are doing together, and they each have a unique offering for us tonight. Now, we are at that time, we're at 6:30 Pacific time, and every night we are now doing a meditation. And this is in collaboration with the Twin Ray community. And so I want to welcome all the people from the Global Peace Tribe and the Twin Ray communities. These two beautiful communities are merging more and more. And tonight we're going to actually have one of our ladies is going to lead the meditation. It's kind of interesting how synchronicity is. Of course, every night at 6:30 is when we have the meditation. And when I got Cara sent me a proposed agenda, she had Reverend Catherine leading a meditation at almost exactly 6:30. I thought, well, that's interesting synchronicity. So Reverend Catherine, the spotlight is on you. We've got people coming in to meditate with you, and take it away.
Well, hello, beautiful souls. I am so happy to be here with you today, co-creating the new earth and the new human in love consciousness. It is just making my heart so full and expansive. And I just like to get you to lead you into a meditation that's going to really bring you to be anchor you the gifts that you came here to give. So are you ready? Are you ready for this? All right, let's just take a nice deep breath as we're seated down. Make sure that your feet are firmly on the ground. And just kind of breathe into your body. Let it be just the breath in and out. In and out. It's automatic. Your breath is automatic. And that's also feeling that breath going into your body. Feel that oxygen and the energy of you as you breathe and continue to breathe easily, automatically, just softening your body and just relaxing. You actually feel, oh my goodness, that feels so good to be relaxed, to feel the breath coming in and going out and connecting every part of my energy and the energy all around the room where I am, and going into my body and combining that energy. And just let yourself take another deep breath. And this time we're just going to ground and get totally centered into the knowingness of who we are. With this breath, allow it to travel down into your deeper, wider center, your hip area, where you're accessing your deeper wisdom, your compassion, your love, your gifts. Just let that and feel that in your body. Feel that energy in your body, igniting every cell, organ, and tissue of your being. Take another deep breath. And as you breathe this breath down, let it go down like it's pulling down into the earth, pulling your energy into Mother Earth all the way down. All the way down to the core, her magnetic core. You can feel your energy and her energy mixing, combining. As you bring that energy back up to your heart. And place your hand over your heart. And you can also place your hand on your belly or just both hands on your heart, whatever feels right for you. Because you are an amazing, incredible light. The being that lives inside of you, your radiant light, the soul, your soul, you are unique. There's only one of you. And you actually volunteered to be here on this time on planet Earth. This is an historic time. Feel that energy inside your body. Feel your heart and the light that is you open and expand your light out through your heart, out through the room that you're in, out through the city that you live in, out through the town, the state, and all out throughout the globe and out into the universe. This radiant light, it's you. That is so unique, and you are so special, and you are so loved. And you are here to share your uniqueness, your gifts, your talents, your genius, the magic, the medicine that is uniquely you. As you feel that swirling around and swirling out and sending it out into the universe, you know that you are connected to your I am, to your soul, to a field of infinite possibilities, a field of intelligence greater than you. And I want you to acknowledge it with compassion for yourself. Feel the love and the strength of Mother Earth with you, the creative, the force, the life force of energy you have within you to create universes and create your purpose, your destiny, your soul purpose and essences this lifetime. As you just continue to breathe, allow yourself to give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug and know that you are here for a purpose. And we want to thank yourself for being here. You want to thank your soul for embracing you, for loving you, being with you, because your soul has everything you need to manifest, to be, because you are a divine, sacred creator. You are here on this planet, and that's huge. This is all about ascension and what our gifts and how we're changing the world with our light. Our light is so bright. So you cherish that light, you love that light, and every day ground, send it out to the world, and feel the immense being that lives inside of you, because you are infinite. You're infinite, and you have everything you need. So I just want you to just feel that for a moment. Just feel it in your heart, feel it in your entire body, and just say thank you to your guidance. Thank you to your soul. And thank you to all the divine beloved beings from universes beyond universes that are here on this planet helping us with our ascension process. Just say thank you and thank yourself. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for showing up here tonight and loving yourself enough to be part of the change. Blessed be, and so it is.
Oh, blessed be. Thank you. You're saying thank you to, but I want to say a big thank you to you too. And I just love your energy and your enthusiasm. Thank you very much, Reverend Kat. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to follow up that beautiful meditative prayer with Eden, who we all know provides many talents, and we'll get to have another experience of Eden. Take it away.
Wow, I'm remembering Omishar. Maybe you can come on here with me, Omishar. What you said about the dream song that came through for you, because this song that we're going to share is exactly the same. I'm going to plug in my earphones and do that. All right. So this song came through when I was in France on the Mary Magdalene pilgrimage this last summer. And it was exactly like you said, where you hear the whole thing, all the layers, And I already had my sleeping mask and my earplugs in, and I have my night guard, very human. And I was like, oh gosh, I have to get my phone and record this. So here we are. It's one of these spirit songs, and it just, these themes we're sharing. It's so beautiful. All right, so here we go, Mishar. You can change your life, and you can change your mind. You can change your world. You are the one. You are the one. So walk like a lion and rise like a dove. Come and walk like a lion and rise with me in love. We belong to the earth. We belong to the stars. We belong to each other. We are here to bring life into form. You are the one. You are the one. And we are the one. We are one. Walk like a lion, rise like a dove. Walk like a lion and rise with me in love. Hey now, way, oh. Hey now, way. We are the one. So rise in love, rise in love.
Give some good twinkling and some good love to Omashar and to Eden.
Yeah, and we know the sound was a little tricky, but we're just trying a new thing. So thank you for filling in the gaps.
You know, I think
Yeah.
actually, when Eden's tone hits certain tones, the Zoom is having trouble picking it up.
Yeah,
Is
there's
that
a yeah.
Oh, it would just blank out.
No, it was sputter.
it was
Oh,
better, yeah.
wow.
And so
Yeah.
I'd get quieter when I heard the sputtering, but it was beautiful and beautiful. Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah, it was challenging with the tech. I'm finding Zoom has to upgrade to be able to handle this kind of tech
They,
and
they're
music.
getting there because there's enough of us that want it. So
Yeah. Well, later I'll pop the lyrics in case words were missed. I felt that it was really appropriate for amplifying each other's light.
yes.
Yes. Thank
Thank
you,
you, sweet.
Amishar. Thank you, sweet one.
Yeah, so perfect, grounding and flying. Wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eden. And Eden, you do have a new course. It's just about to start. And I'd love for you to take a minute just to tell us about it.
Yes. So we've been talking tonight about how to bring our gifts forward into the world, and sometimes it feels like we're just going around the same little loops of reality and the way that life feels kind of stuck. And I decided to take a deep, deep dive into looking at how our whole energy body has a template that's not only from our own early childhood imprinting and conditioning, but our many, many lives and epigenetics, and that's within our chakra system. So, my beautiful alchemist brother Argon and I decided to offer a rainbow body chakra ascension techniques course that's starting also on 1010. And thank you for sharing, Scott. This is a beautiful 8-week course where we go through each of the gateways of our wheels of light, of our chakra system. And it's not just learning about them, it's practical spirituality. It's very powerful tools that we do together, and then you practice during the week that we're going through that gateway, because what we're doing is we're transmuting the soul scars. We're going into the specific blocks that we have as humans in each chakra. For instance, just the root alone, if all of us did this work, the world would be a peaceful place. It would be the end of violence and war and victim perpetrator consciousness. So if those patterns of fight and flight and struggle and that inner kind of feeling ungrounded are a part of your reality still, we want to go deeper into those blocks and bring in the higher octave of consciousness, not only in the root. The root is the foundation, it's the great mother, it's what holds us to be able to do the great work of our higher centers, that we're here to activate those gifts. And each of the centers has such powerful, amazing gifts within it. Vitality, opening to greater levels of pleasure and joy, opening to personal sense of power and responsiveness in your life, opening to interconnectedness and love with others relationally, opening your voice to share your powers of resonance and manifestation, and opening the eye that sees beyond the veil to really see the beauty that surrounds. So we go through each of these gates to become a brighter, more amplified light. And there's a connection with Mary Magdalene that this course also has. If you click on the link that Scott is going to pop in the chat here, you can see a section here, and some people would say, no, right below, Scott, where you were, it was going to talk a little bit about Mary Magdalene having just gone on a pilgrimage to discover a lot more about why this enigmatic and controversial figure is coming more into the light of humanity now, in the truth of who she was as a powerful healer, a powerful priestess and teacher in her own right. She worked very much with amplifying the light in the body. So my brother Argon will be bringing in the ancient art of anointing, the path of Mary Magdalene, as holding that alabaster jar she was a mirror for. We're going to be doing specific ritual and anointing for each of our energy centers. And most of all, it's a safe and loving container to be witnessed, to be seen, to be held through 8 weeks. And the people that were in it last time, there's people here tonight that were with me last time. There's people coming back, and the praise for this journey was so beautiful because it's our shared humanity. We all carry this conditioning. We all have been heavily imprinted and conditioned from our ancestors, from our epigenetics, from the culture. So this is practical spiritual tools that bring us into a higher frequency to walk in love, as love, for love in this modern world that so needs it. So yes, Dear Teresa is saying she was with us. The link is very easy. It's rainbow.edenamadora.com. And because I am in love with this community and I want to make this possible for everyone, if you decide to join me and you put the word rainbow, all lowercase, when you join, when you check out, you'll get 20% off right there. So once again, rainbow.edenamadora.com to join us starting 10/10. There must have been something going on with me and the ladies. We're all in this 10/10 portal. Yep, it's a good time to set sail and amplify each other's light. And it's such a blessing. So I hope to see some more of you there with us. It'll be wonderful.
You know, I'm going to bring a car up because that is amazing that you both are starting the course at the same day at the same time, you know, and end up on this show together. There is so much synchronicity going on the planet with like-minded souls, you know, and I truly do believe if you're watching this show right now, you are an imaginal cell finding another. There's Eden, there's Kara, there's Omashar, there's Marta, there you are. We're all finding each other because we all deep down are here to create the new world, to create this awakening world. So I want to encourage everybody to join one or both of these beautiful programs. And
it would be very supportive of each other. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Cara, I am going to turn it over to you to introduce again, maybe give a little bigger introduction to Lisa and her offering.
Yeah, great. Bring Lisa up. So Lisa is going to take us through one of her artistic expression processes. So what we're offering today is a taster of some of the activities and processes we'll be sharing with you in the course when you join us. And Lisa's been doing this for many years, being an artist and educator and just shining through. So I'll turn it over to you, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you, Cara. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's such a joy to be with everyone. Yes, I'm going to be leading us through a little exercise, an artful visioning, which we need a piece of paper and a writing utensil for. So I don't know if everyone had that message, but if you can. Okay, so what we're going to be doing in this exercise is exploring our own gifts. And our gifts aren't really something that we can learn. Our gifts are something we're born with. And some people will say, oh, I don't have any talent or I don't have a gift, but we all do. And sometimes it's so natural to us, we don't even really recognize that it is something unique to us that maybe we think, oh, anyone could do that. No. Each of us have that unique signature, and our gifts can be refined, but they're definitely something inherent within us. And when we're really aware of what our gifts are, and when we're valuing our gifts and amplifying our gifts, and then we create more of a sense of purpose with them. We align with this, our true self. And when we're giving our gifts and creating work that I don't even want to call it work, because it's not work. When we're coming from our true self and our gifts, it's just passion, and that passion drives our purpose. And through that, we just become more confident and more able to own our own value and see what our value is in the world, so that we can step out into visibility and share that, so that we can raise our vibration and the vibration on the planet. So I think that's been our general theme. By pursuing what really fulfills us, we find the motivation to take those actions. Like if it's drudgery or something we don't want to do, we procrastinate and that type of thing. So by now, I'm kind of like procrastinating to give everyone a chance to get a piece of paper and a pen. So as we explore our gifts, we'll amplify each other's gift. Then we're going to expand our own awareness so that we can feel into those gifts and anchor them into our bodies and really live them in every cell of our bodies. So I'm going to ask you now to just put your hand on your heart. I know when we had our hand on our heart, I just feel your heart beating if you can. Mine's beating kind of hard, so I can feel mine. And knowing that our physical heart is pumping blood throughout our bodies, bringing oxygen, doing many, many, many things to keep our physical bodies alive. And our energetic heart is like where the physical heart keeps us alive temporarily in the physical, the energetic heart is eternal. So all of the love that we have and all of the love that we share is eternal. It's just, we're really making an impact. And now I would invite you, if you would like to, just close your eyes and imagine a world where everyone is encouraged to embrace their true selves, where we are fully and completely who we are. And as we envision that, and as we imagine that that's happening, it is happening. It's happening right now. And our vision is placing it into the imaginal field where we have gone beyond what all of those programs and concepts that we've learned and the limitations, they're all behind us now. So just imagine us in that space. And knowing that as we imagine this and as we vision this, we create a harmonious field of collaboration that lifts us, that inspires us. We create innovation. We get ideas and we act on them. And we recognize that we truly, just being here is our contribution. And together, in being in that space, we're creating a thriving, purposeful, passionate, and prospering world, bringing harmony to our bodies. Every cell in our body is opening and awakening. And I invite you to just for a minute, think about some of the natural gifts and talents that you might have. Something that people compliment you on maybe, or something you know is true about you and you feel confident about. And then take your hand right from your heart, and I'm going to ask you to put your hand palm up on your paper. Normally, when somebody asks us to trace our hand, we put it palm down. But for this exercise, I'm going to ask you to put your palm up, palm that was just on your heart, and trace it like I did here. Simple. Don't need that much creativity to do that. But what's really interesting is when we tap into our creativity, we are actually creators. We're born for that, to be creative. So that helps us to release oxytocin and creates all kinds of happy hormones, just doing some art. Very good for our systems. And when you finish tracing your hand, just hold it up, so I can see how much time everybody needs. Maybe give everyone a little wave, say hello. Okay, good. Awesome. Now, I know I didn't give you a lot of time to think about your gifts because we're kind of doing this in an abbreviated way, but what I'd like you to do is in each finger of the hand that you drew, write a gift or a talent or an attribute that is yours, something that you own. And you can have 5, you can put more than 1 in each finger, but it's good to focus on maybe 3 to 5. And if you can't think of 3 to 5, that's okay too, because that's just information. Like we mentioned earlier that we're prototyping. So, and using a prototyping mindset in our daily lives. So whatever we do, we're looking at it to give us information. Do I know what my gifts are? Do I need to uncover my gifts? And I say uncover, not learn, because we're born with our gifts. And in our defenses are where our wounds are. We get defensive about something. We know we're covering up a wound. And inside our wounds are our gifts. And inside our gifts are our great expansive self. So every time we heal or transform some of that darkness that we've experienced, we get given a gift. And I know for myself, throughout my life, like almost like every decade, I go through some hideous thing, but it always brings forth something new that I'm able to do or offer or share. So it's exciting. And I know many of you have that same experience. Just give you another minute. Okay, and if you've completed that, just kind of hold it up so I know you're done. You can wave your gifts out into the field. Yeah. And so even like just to do an exercise that embodies this or holds it so that you can remember, I would love it if somebody would share what they wrote, and I'll model that. I'm willing to. I put creative. I love people, so it's friendly, social. I'm a deep feeler, very deeply feel into things, and I feel my spirituality. I can be playful and fun and intuitive. So I would love for someone else to share what they have. And just kind of wave your hand so I can see who's okay. Oh, Eleanor Joy, thank you. Thank you for presencing your gifts with us. And while you presence them, if you would want to, just, do this with your finger as you say them, like for each gift. Oh, I am not hearing. Eleanor, you have to unmute yourself, please.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Okay, unmuting myself is not one of my gifts. Dancing is obviously one of them. Self-care, sharing wisdom. I love nature and caring for and about others, enthusiastic and devoted meditator, connecting with my divine.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So I see that you're a dancer. I didn't know that about you before.
No, but the others do.
Okay. Well, this is my first time meeting you. So I'm so happy to get to know you and to know that you are like proficient in your self-care. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So many of us fall short in that area. Your wisdom and your nature and your caring you're bringing. So it feels, let's amplify Eleanor's gifts and just hold her in those wonderful gifts. And how does that feel for you, Eleanor, in your body to become visible, to share what your gifts are, and to have those gifts reflected back to you.
Well, it's a huge progress from, say, 20 or 30 years ago. I would never have spoken up. So that in itself is a gift, I guess. And I
Beautiful.
appreciate it. My whole body's tingling with excitement. So thank you for this exercise.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we might have time. Thank you. We might have time for one more share. Is there someone else's?
If somebody's wanting to share, raise your hand. Christy Michaels, perfect. And then can we do two more, Christy, and then Ian, perhaps?
Hi, Pam. Thank you.
So I love the creativity of this exercise.
Thank you.
It's really about embodying these things. So, and that's one of my gifts is creativity.
Okay.
But being creative means that I'm a good listener and I'm a visionary. So those were two other things that were important. And then I had leadership was another one of, because when I've received visions and I have put them into action through my creativity, people show up and we produce these amazing high priestess rituals, and it's and I put in the center of my palm confidence, because the visions are source generated, there's a confidence. I don't have to worry about whether people will show up. I don't have to worry about what I will say or what I will do, because it's informed by source, and I trust that all will be good. And so that's really, really wonderful. And of course, the little pinky is like, you have to hold in your little pinky so much compassion, because when people gather, there's so many different personalities, so many different wants and needs, so much wounding that people want to express themselves, and so you have to hold some real compassion for people as they learn how to come together in a unified way. So I love this hand, because the hand is a unifier of everything. So that's really a beautiful metaphor. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up, because that's exactly what we're saying is, so your gifts are listening and visionary, and you're sharing how you're confident in bringing that through, because those are your true gifts. So you're not feeling self-doubt and you're not feeling afraid. And when we know what our gifts are, we can step out with them when we're real and when we have support. So beautiful. Thank you so much for stepping into that.
Scott and I used to work together, and I would always push him up at the front to, you go lead the group, you do the MC. But when I started having my own visions, it was like a non-issue. I was completely confident that I could stand forward and bring the communication, the experience that was enlivening and was joyous, and so people wanted to be there. They wanted to be a part of it. So it was really heartwarming, to say the least. So thank you.
Oh, you've already answered my next question about how it feels when you're doing that. And just in this group right here, how does it feel for us to amplify your light, to really hear you and let you be seen and heard in this space with your community of loving brothers and sisters?
Yeah, it's like, that's what we all need. We all need to come together in this beautiful way and let more light come through, and just it's what we're meant to be here, as joined in harmony and join in peace and join in love. So why I show up at the Global Peace Tribe so much.
Well, thank you so much for showing up here this evening and for sharing when you share and participate, it really makes it a lot of fun. So thank you.
Absolutely. It's great to see you, Eden, too. So thank you.
Okay.
Can we bring one more person up?
Sure.
Okay, here's Ian. This is where we get a man in the mix.
Yay, thank you, Ian. Please share with us on your fingers what gifts you are. Oh, and you have to take yourself off mute, please, Ian. Okay, on the bottom of your screen,
The bottom left.
it's the first thing. See the microphone?
Next to the video camera, Ian.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Oh,
you.
good.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ian, for stepping forward. Can you please share on your fingers your gifts?
Yes. Yeah. So, love of adventure. And this, to me, is a real adventure. This show, my relationship with Eleanor, life is full of adventure. And a keen awareness of and love for nature, generous heart and smile, abundant kindness, and good health.
Beautiful. Okay, Ian. So I'm going to reflect back, getting to know you, that you love adventure and nature, that you're generous, you smile. Thank you for bringing your beautiful smile here to us this evening. And we want to amplify that back to you and just recognize your gifts and hold you in those gifts. And how does it feel for you in your body to share your gifts with all of us this evening?
It's an adventure.
Yeah, nice. Love that. Okay. Oh, thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to go on to the next part of our exercise. What I would like you to do is, in the palm of your hand, just put a heart. It doesn't have to be perfect, just a heart big enough to write something in there. And we're going to put our hand on our heart again. And I invite you to just focus on your breath, focus on your heartbeat. See if you're feeling it. Feel into it. And we're going to ask our hearts a question. We're going to ask our heart, what is your desire? What is something that you would like to see happen in your life? What is something you would like to offer? What is something that you yearn for? Knowing that any yearning that you have is the future that is longing to unfold. And just being with that for a minute, and as you feel into it, jot it down inside the heart. And it's just short, not like paragraphs, just a few sentences. Okay, and when you finish, just kind of give it a wave to us with your heart's desire. So I can see that we need maybe another 30 seconds. And if you don't know, if you're not hearing your heart speak to you, that's okay. We're just really, didn't give it a lot of time. Having a blank heart there just means your heart is open. Your heart is open to hear the messages of your heart and what you desire. And it may come to you tonight. It might come to you in the morning. So not to worry. We have a prototyping mindset. Everything is good. Okay, so let's see. For myself, I have put that I love to create art and craft. I feel like it's some kind of divine portal for me. Yeah, it's like deeply connects me in a way that kind of nothing else does. So I really love, even if I'm just doodling, it just feels so good to me. So my heart desires to have more time to explore art, to make more art, also to have a devotional art practice, like a set time and space for that, and to create an artful community where we create intentional art. And, this is growing for me. And it just feels so good to be able to have a space where we express and share our art and hear what people share back to us or reflect back to us. And my heart desires to be able to create a level of prosperity that my art supports me, but not in the traditional way of setting up an art booth, or it's important that I do it in a really unique and fun way. So I'm letting my creative juices flow to what that's going to actually look like. And I would love it if someone else would be willing to share theirs. Just wave your thing so I can see who's raising their hand, who's going to bravely step out and share their heart's desire. Okay, I see Dawn. No, you have Dia. Dawn is, oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Dawn.
Hi, yes.
Hi.
Oh, I love this exercise. It's wonderful.
But we don't have to while we're eating. See, I've got video off.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great.
Oh, no, yes, I can hear you.
So I basically had one word on mine, and that is service.
Oh.
And I am physically, I'm pretty much have to spend most of my time in bed. I mean, I've got a few hours a day I can walk around a bit. So through the magic of Zoom and through some of the communities I'm connected with, for the last 3 years, I've been volunteering to facilitate a group where we do heart gazing. And also as part of what I love doing is I'm helping people go through their awakening, facing stuff that comes up, and just learning how to let go of this stuff, noticing when you're triggered, feel it, heal it, let go. And so I'm actually already doing my heart's desire.
Well, let me ask you, what did you put in your fingers?
Oh, my fingers, I put healing soundtracks. I've done a lot of work with creating meditation soundtracks, some of them with the person's own voice in it, and a lot of things like that. And I put compassionate listening. That's always a good one. And music. I'm hoping to recover a little more of my physical ability so that I can actually go out and play music with people again and sing. And community, love community.
So let me ask you, if you have your heart's desire of service in your hand and then your gifts on your fingers, and you close your hand over the palm of your right
They
there.
all become
Yeah.
service.
Exactly. So it's really connecting the gifts that you have to how you can be of service, and then you're enjoying it. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Dawn. Nice to meet you. Yeah. And John, one last question. Oh, I just want to ask
I'm still here.
Okay. How does it feel in your body right now?
It feels wonderful just to be in this group with these people with so much love and so much support. It just, man, this is my happy place.
Mine too. Thank you.
I'm going to come in for a quick second. Since you happen to call on Dawn, I want to thank the people that have been supporting Dawn's GoFundMe. Last week, we announced the start of a GoFundMe campaign for Dawn, and I think about 15 people have contributed. I'll put the link into the chat box right now since we just saw Dawn. And thank you everybody for contributing, and I'll put it in if people want to support him right now for his healing journey. That'd be great. All right. And will you be willing to do a little work with Sylvia? Sylvia's had her hand up.
Yes, would love to. Hi, Sylvia.
Hi, folks. I actually didn't do a hand. I didn't, trace my hand because I use paper for other things. One of my gifts is Spirit brings origami through me. I'm gonna turn off my background so you can actually see. Anyway, as I'm doing that, I when you asked us to, so here's one of the origami that I do. And so what came through when you asked us to write in the heart was grace to receive and share grace.
Very beautiful. Yeah.
And something that's been a vision for a long time is to be one of the facilitators in a physical healing community where we live together. And I visioned it as grandmother's living room. A space to gather and learn, and a space to grow food and cook and eat together, and create and heal. And lately, that's become stronger as including all beings, that humans are so centered on ourselves, and it's not, unity consciousness isn't just about humans, it's about the planet and all of us. And it's not nature, it's we are nature, it's all.
Yeah.
So that's the vision. And one of the gifts is Loka samasta sukino bhavantu, is singing the song of the multiverse.
Beautiful.
For me. May all beings thrive. May we each have a part in the thriving.
Thank you so much, Sylvia, for presencing your gifts with us here this evening, your origami and your desire to be in grace and your desire to create and be in community physically with other beings in a center of healing, and just remembering, helping us all remember our deep connection that we are that nature. So we'll all reflect your gifts back to you. And if you could just very, very briefly tell me how it feels for you to be sharing your gifts, to having them presenced here and reflected back to you.
Being heard and seen helps ease the ongoing pain and sorrow about what's happening with the planet and with the resistance to shifting beyond the hell of capitalism.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. And I know one of the things that helps me when, we're all seem to be very deep feelers, and the thing that helps me the most when it gets really dark and scary is to remember that the outcome is already here. Like it can't be changed. The outcome, that keeping our eye on that prize, keeping our eye on that vision, we know it's manifested and we are entering that as we choose. So thank you.
And that's what's elusive right now, is that live sense of peace. It just is, and that's part of the darkness that,
of course,
was
we
talking
all
about before, and
our journey.
And to me, darkness is not, bad, if you will. It's
part of us.
It's and darkness can be radiant.
Beautiful. Okay.
I want to thank you, Sylvia. And yeah, we do need to kind of move forward. But tell us, Lisa, about this is your website, multisensoryarts.com. And tell us how people can join and participate in your wonderful work.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I have two offerings at the moment. One, which is taking my full attention and is giving me so much joy, which is the Amplify Each Other's Light, in which we are helping one another to launch a paid offering. We recognize that by sharing our gifts, and this applies for creating space for the art of you to emerge, because if you're not quite ready to step into the container to launch your paid offering, then being in a container to allow the art of yourself to emerge is a nice first step. And we recognize that by sharing our gifts, we're creating this beautiful energy that just sparks creativity, it sparks our passion, it helps us through self-discovery and growth. And when we do that in community, it just creates this ripple effect. It just creates all this positivity. And in this positivity, we're able to just enjoy more. Like I say, I'm creating safe, colorful spaces for self-discovery, for connection with one another, and for enjoyment. We don't want it to be hard anymore. We just want to really relax into our creativity and have fun and share it. And a lot of times when you're willing to share your art, like so many of you did here today, and I just mean the amazing talent that we're seeing, then others can reflect that back to you, and maybe we have a different perspective and help you to see yourself from another way that you didn't quite notice. So that's kind of what we're doing here at Multisensory Arts. And thank you so much for having me on your blessed show and for being able to share this exercise. It gives me so much joy to be in community and to be creating things.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. It's great to have you with us. Thank you. Well, it's time for a little more music. And so we are going to go to beautiful, beloved brother Omashar for another Omashar tune.
I am one with all feeling, and one with all love, one with all healing, and one with all. I am one with all feeling, and one with all love, one with all healing, and one with all. I felt alone for so myself again. I tune my heart to the mother. I am one with all feeling, and one with all love, one with all healing, and one with all. I am one with all feeling, and one with all love, one with all healing, and one with all. The time has come to wake my sleepy head and peel back the sheets of illusion. The time has come to lift my voice once more and sing the songs of the new world. I am one with all feeling, and one with all love, one with all healing, and one with all. I am one with all feeling, and one with all love, one with all feeling, and one with all. La, 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 the time has come. The time has come.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's all give some good Global Peace Tribe twinkles. Sure, every one of his songs is just so beautiful, and really, Omashar, every song just lifts our spirits so beautifully.
Thank you so much. I think we all wrote them through me, so there it is. And the other me's of us that are out there. So namaste.
And I sure am enjoying watching everybody dancing. Thank you.
Oh,
It gets up.
it's sublime. It's beautiful. Yes.
It's beautiful. Thank you. I'm going to bring both Kara and Eden up for a moment, because there is a wonderful question that came in, which one or both of you may have an answer to. It's from Dorina down in Ecuador, and she says, she asks, in what way have you had your light amplified, or have you amplified someone else's that has helped you the most, or has had a big impact on him, her, or them? So in other words, examples from your own life of amplifying light. And ideally, I'd love for each of you to give an offering, an example.
I'm happy to go first. Okay. So I've had an experience in this lifetime of having not only a loving community that has a vision of what we call the one heart awakening, but I've had a powerful mentor who is willing to speak truth with love to me over the last 14 years. And I think it was a strong prayer for me to have someone that would go the distance with me and tell me the truth when I wasn't living into my gifts and I wasn't really walking in a way that was amplifying my light. And I feel like in my life, having that modeled to me then allowed me to be that for others. And there's so many beings now over the last 14 years, but especially the last 10, that have told me, I feel so seen by you. And it's just this human necessity that we need to feel heard and seen. And that's shadow and light. Again, I'm going to go back to saying that it's not a fair weather friend that's just going to see you when things are awesome. It's where you're loved, not in spite of your shadow, but with your shadow. So I've had many beings that come to sit with me as one-on-one clients, initiates, and in circles, that it's my honor to amplify their light and to see them and to challenge the places in them that have forgotten their light, to assist them to remember their light by challenging those small stories that we often get caught in, those loops we talked about earlier. So yeah, there's just so many examples of that and so many beautiful things on my website. You can read testimonials about how love is the miracle. It's not even by my will or me alone. It's having been modeled that kind of truth is love, that kind of fierce love and willingness to go the distance, that I know it's possible. And now there's so many of us doing this. And like I said before, it's just rippling. We're growing. We're all going to be holding each other in our highest more and more.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Eden. Thank you. Tara, what would you like to share?
Yeah, well, I got involved with the World Unity Week community and just started showing up there and offering my gift. And that community is really an amplifying and uplifting field. Every year I feel the energy of it when the World Unity Week comes around, something big comes through me that I want to like put on, some co-creative effort of a play or something. And through this 99 days of from World Unity Week to Peace Week, I offered my Adiwa ceremony work, and it's this community where it's safe to do that, where I feel seen, where they've invited me up into the evolutionary leaders circle. So it's like, oh wow, okay, all right. And then being on this show was just huge. Like God just asked me to be on. I didn't know what I would share, and so then I harvested some of what I've been feeling about the World Unity Week community into poem that's become a really beautiful offering to the world. And then through my Adiwa work, when we go in circle, it's just an acronym for the way that we do this healing circle, and it invites each person to bring their healing energy into it. And so many people said, oh, I've never been invited before to bring my healing energy in. And it's always so touching that how that opens up and amplifies our light together as well. So when we do the 6-month course, my intention is to create an Adiwa training course. So the part of this course will be amplifying me to bring that light into the world more as a paid offering. So yeah, so it's a ever expanding circle. So it's a beautiful loop to get into. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Karen. Well, I've got the camera on you. Would you be willing to introduce Sasha and Marta for the next sequence of tonight's show?
Yes, here comes Sasha and Marta. They're going to help us with the exercise of how do we, as we start to ground and put those visions into place together and hold each other accountable, what comes up and how do we hold that? So let's keep it short there. I gave the intros earlier, so bless.
Thank you so much, Kara and Scott, for having us tonight. So Sasha and I would like to take you on a bit of a journey in support of your nervous systems, in support of your body. Because as Kara said, as we start to get to know our gifts, our talents, take steps in the direction of bringing them more and more forward, becoming more visible. For some people, stepping into our vision, like Christy was sharing earlier, that can be what they need to move forward and to take the steps. For other people, as they start to step into that vision, it can be terrifying. As exciting as it is, it can also be so terrifying, and people can just freeze and not want to take any other steps. For others, they can just get so excited and their energy is all over the place. And that also can stop people. And as Eden was speaking this earlier today, she was talking about how a lot of big things can come up for us that mess with our minds. We can have all kinds of thoughts that start saying to us, who am I to be bringing this vision forward? Who am I? We might start having really big feelings of, yes, excitement. I actually had some goosebumps as I said that, just excitement. And at the same time, doubt, fear. There's a lot of big feelings, thoughts, sensations that can come up for us as we start moving down the path of living of our authentic selves and stepping into our vision and building up what we want in our lives. And so what Sasha and I want to bring you today or tonight is a couple of practices to start supporting your nervous system. And the practice I'd like to bring forward ties in so beautifully with what Eden also said at the very beginning of our session of how important it is to be present, to be in the present moment. Our bodies, our nervous system, the way that we are biologically designed is that they love to be in the present moment. They love it. That's when we're calm. That's when our bodies can look around and check for those cues of safety. And that's where your magic, you being able to bring your gifts to fruition and manifesting in this world, that's when they can occur the easiest. And so the practice I want to share with you is one called orientation. And it's something many of us naturally do anyway. So for example, you're crossing the street and you might look left, you might look right, just to make sure you're safe. And so this practice of orientation brings presence, it brings calm, and it also brings safety. And it's essentially a practice, and it might seem a bit counterintuitive, but it's a practice of actually taking your attention away from yourself and out into the environment. And we do that so that if, let's say, we're feeling fear, doubt about bringing our vision, we can let our system settle down while we're doing an orientation practice by connecting with the environment. And then we can return to ourselves once the system has settled down, when some of the intensity is less. We can do the work that we need to do internally and then go back out into the world and do our great work. And so how this practice works is that it's literally about connecting to the environment through our senses. And so you can do it through your sight, your sound, your smell, all the different senses we have. And so let's do a quick round of this, one or two rounds of it. And we'll start with the sense of, let's start with vision. And so I'd invite you for just a moment to allow your eyes to go wherever they want to go in the space around you. And so the invitation is not so much you directing your eyes per se, but it's about seeing where your eyes may want to be directed in your space. So let's take a moment and do that now. Bringing your attention gently back to our community here. Noticing for a moment what difference that may have made for you in your body. And even if there's no difference, trusting that by doing this practice of supporting your system, it actually is making a difference, even if you're not feeling it yet. So let's do another round, and let's use our sense of touch. And just touching something that's close by in your vicinity. And if there's nothing, then maybe even just touching the fabric of your clothes. Just connecting with the sense of touch in the physical environment. And bringing your attention back into our space, our beautiful community here. Again, noticing if there's been any changes in your system. And I invite you, if you're willing to, just to drop into the chat, even just one word of what you're experiencing in this moment after having done such a simple practice to bring that presence, that calm, that safety into your body. Touch made me feel more calm from Dr. Laura. Scott, curiosity. Pam, grounding. Reverend Catherine, peaceful. Christy, more connected. And there may have been others that I missed. Sensual from Kara. And so when I'm reading all of these, what I'm just sensing is a deep groundedness is happening for all of us as we're connecting with our physical environment. And it's this kind of energy, from this space, as I said earlier, this is where we meet our authentic selves. And from this place, we can then start to take those steps forward towards our vision. And I want to tie in with something that Eden also said. I love what you've been saying, Eden. It's so aligned. Those pictures that Eden has of the light and the dark on her screen. Thank you for bringing her up for a moment. That light and the dark. A lot of the work that Sasha and I do around the nervous system is really about helping you to hold both, because that's what you want. And that beautiful song that we just heard from Omashar, he was saying the words, it was just tying so beautifully. One with all feeling. One with all feeling means you will be with the fear and the excitement. You will be with the doubt and the energy of what you're bringing. There's both. And the more you can develop your container for capacity to hold all of it, the more you'll have in your life, the more you'll step in your vision, the bigger your life will become. And it's life-changing. It truly is life-changing. And it really starts with such simple practices, such as orientation. And so I'm going to pass it over now to Sasha, who will now take us from going outwards to coming back in. So then we can go back outwards again and really do the great work in the world.
Hello. Thank you so much, Marta. I feel so elevated right now. Is anyone else feeling that? Like just the elevation in this space, in this field, this global field of deepening in, finding the calm center, honoring the light and darkness, and being who we came here to be. So, remember when we found our gifts with our fingers, and we found our heart's desire with the palms of our hands with Lisa? And maybe we knew exactly what that heart's desire was. Maybe we're still discovering it, but we made a heart that is welcoming our heart's desire to become revealed. So let's take it into our bodies. Marta just led us to find that calm through being aware of our external. Now let's come internal. So, since there is a theme tonight, and perhaps often, of putting our hands on our hearts, let's do that again. And just connect with your heart's desire in this moment, and this bigger why, what you are here to offer. And when you get in touch with it, I'm going to invite you to go into movement. Omashar is going to bring some music into the space. And let's really root our heart's desire. Let's really, really, really root our heart's desire with our whole bodies, with the crane that Sylvia is guided to create, with whatever expression of embodiment, whether you are lying down, whether you are sitting, whether you are using your hands as a gesture, whether you have the capacity to stand. Let's embody our heart's desires and move it out into space. So, Omashar will bring on the music, and I invite you to embody your heart's desire. Bring it into movement. Here we go. And if you don't want to move physically, feel free to let your imagination roam. Let the movement be in your imagination. All those imaginal cells activated toward your heart's desire. Concentrate on it. Bring it into being. one hand to your heart and let one hand reach out in your imagination or with your actual hands. This is your heart's desire coming into the world. Your precious, unique, necessary heart's desire. And Omashar will begin to fade out the beautiful music. And let the reverberation of your embodiment permeate all your cells, all your senses. And if there's something that you want to, thank you so much, Omashar, if there's something you want to express about what that felt like, and put it in the chat, even if it's one word, just to give voice to what that experience, going from the orientation to the embodiment, feels like. Enlivening, joy, fun, gentling, energizing, freedom, flying, opening to the heart, liberating, exuberant beauty. Thank you. So, we've been getting in touch in a grounded way with our power and possibility. We've been finding our gifts and our heart's desire as it's evolving. We've been having grounding possibilities in orientation so that we can balance the light and the darkness when things come up that challenge us, as Eden was saying, when our mind confuses us, when everything doesn't feel shiny and bright, what do? We come back to these practices that allow us to find the calm center from which we can move forward. And then we embody our heart's desires because we are in bodies. And with whatever comes up, it will move through our body. And one thing that I will say, I'm a dancer, and I love something Martha Graham always said, which is the body never lies. My body is always telling me the truth. And Darina Joy, that is a beautiful picture you just put in the chat. And so when I am paying attention and present, when the messages come up from my body that signal that I don't feel safe or that I do feel scared, I can hear that message in my body and pay attention. So now, just knowing that's true, here's what I want to invite us all to do. We are amplifying each other's light. And we are amplifying each other's light as we step forward with our gifts in the world. We, this group of evolutionary sisters, would love for you to leave this experience ready to take a step toward bringing your dreams more into reality, more into fruition. So take a moment and just let whatever next step percolates through your being, just let that be present for you. Some of us, like Dawn, are already so connected to our heart's desire and really living into it with gifts informing service, which is so beautiful, so moving. Some of us have these gifts that we want to bring forward, and something comes up along the way. So I want to offer that the next step could be feeling your fear, could be feeling your feelings about taking the next step and sharing about that with someone. Part of amplifying each other's light is that we hold space for the darkness. We don't want you to skip the truth of your experience, your lived experience, our lived experience on this planet. But we don't want it to stop you either. So just take a moment and write down for yourself, or write down in the chat, what is one next step you could do? That could be feeling your feelings about your heart's desire. That could be sharing with two people what your heart's desires are. Some of us in the chat have been sharing tonight about our heart's desire, but I invite you to consider if there are other safe people in your community, in your world, that you could say, hey, this is what I really want to bring forward. Will you stand with me in that? And if you're not sure that there are people you would feel comfortable sharing that with, please write to amplifyeachotherslight@gmail.com, and two of us at Amplify will write back to you, and we will amplify your heart's desire, because it's that important that we're sharing our heart's desire and responding. So my deepest wish, our deepest wish, is that you become the person you came here to be, and that we all need each other to become the people we were meant to be. And so may we all be blessed with knowing who we are, knowing who we came here to be, and knowing how to bring our heart's desire forward and do it in a way that is sustainable and recognized in a just right way. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sasha. Your passion, your enthusiasm just cracks my heart open. All you beautiful women, I am so happy Scott asked me to come onto this particular episode of Awakening World. This is really just the best, beautiful, divine feminine blast of love light. Awesome. Yes. Yes, sisters. Thank you. We are right.
I want to remind everybody one more time that you can learn more about what they're doing, and you can register to join their program by going to thehaguecenter.org/amplify. Of course, I'm going to put that in the chat box. But again, for those of you watching on Facebook or our broadcast partners, it's the Hague Center, that's HAGUE, thehaguecenter.org/amplify. And you can, registration is open, so click and go and learn. And oh my gosh, there's so many wonderful things that they're offering. 6-month program. Thank you so much, ladies. What a really beautiful, wonderful, and fun show. Thank you.
Good. So speaking of divine feminine, Scott, shall we still hold the light to something miraculous and beautiful that has just happened in the world?
Yes. It's so amazing how the awakening world does dovetail sometimes with world events. And Eden is going to share something really extraordinary that happened that I want for our whole audience to be aware of, and that we're going to build upon.
Yes. So just a day or two ago, the two 2023 Nobel Peace Prize winner was announced. And it is a very, very unique woman, a woman who, unlike us, we are so free in our choice, in our freedom, in our ability to join each other and speak out and say whatever we wish. This is a woman that has lived a life of fearless service in Iran, named Narjeh Mohammadi. And Narjeh Mohammadi is in jail for over 30 years for fighting for equal rights for women. And even in jail, her spirit is strong. She makes communications from jail that are allowed from time to time. She represents this struggle in many parts of the world. Still, she represents the good fight against the oppression of women. And she has been separated from her 2 young children and her husband now for many years. She was given multiple sentences that equal up to 30 years imprisonment for this noble fight. And here are a couple quotes from her. She said she will continue striving for democracy, freedom, and equality. She will be standing alongside the brave mothers, sisters, and daughters of Iran. She will continue to fight against the relentless discrimination, tyranny, and gender-based oppression by the oppressive religious government until there is liberation and freedom for women. And I am personally very excited that she won the Nobel Peace Prize because it amplifies the light. It amplifies the light for the whole world to pay attention and to align in that way that we spoke of earlier, where sometimes we need to also have fierce love and say no to the oppression, to the brutality, to the injustice. So I want to just celebrate this together and to shine the light on this Wednesday's Awakening World show, where a very dear and personal friend of mine, Mana Shams, do you want to show Mana's image, Scott? She's so lovely. Mana is going to be with us, and she is from Iran, born into Iran. And she's a dear sister. She's gone through the training with me, the Divine Feminine Priestess training. She was born there and lived there for most of her life until more recently was not even allowed to wear color or dance or sing. Living in such oppression her whole life, she has broken free to become an incredible healer, light worker, way shower for many others. So I'm excited to have Mana with us. And the whole show on Wednesday is about understanding gender equality so we can amplify this light throughout all the dark pockets of the planet that would still live into that old story, that we can bring awareness, love, and beauty where there was once darkness.
You know, what's amazing is we scheduled this show about a month ago. I thought it was, it's time to do another show on gender equality. So we scheduled it a month ago. And then yesterday we discovered that the Nobel Peace Prize had been given to this Iranian activist. And Eden has her friend Mana, who's going to be with us. Also joining us on the show on Wednesday night is going to be a dear friend of mine, Zasha Bahrain. She's been on the show once before. And she's from Pakistan and stood up to the government there, was almost murdered, went through extraordinary oppression, escaped Pakistan, and is now living in Australia. So it's going to be an important show. And I really want to invite and ask all of you watching, please invite your friends. This is a show that we want people to watch because it is important. All of us are so privileged. We may have our own personal health challenges or financial challenges, but we're privileged. We don't have to worry about a government that's going to try and kill us or destroy us for just being free to be to dance. So, or to wear what we want to wear. So it's going to be an important show, and I'm really appreciating you very much, Eden, for co-hosting tonight and coming back and co-hosting on Wednesday, and for the ways that you're amplifying and shining your light. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Such a pleasure to be here.
Well, we are going to have our group KES healing shortly. Linda McCabe is going to be our group healer tonight. And it's been really, really wonderful having people from the Twin Ray community coming in and sharing these group healing experiences. But we always like to kind of conclude the main part of the show one more time with Om Shar's song. I also want to thank everybody for donating. I've noticed a few of you, including Pamela, have donated to Don Drake's GoFundMe. So thank you so much for doing that. And also, I actually should remind everybody, this is a good time, if you haven't already, to register for this new season that began this week of Awakening World shows. We're still going to do 2 or 3 shows every week. And for those of you watching on Facebook, it's easy. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com. And when you go there, you'll be able to, right away, you'll see how to register for the new season. I'll walk you through it. And our website, by the way, will show you all about who we are, all the things that we do, all the different guests that we have. And just click register for the new season. It'll take you to our registration page. And we do have a meditation that we offer every night at 6:30 p.m. This is the show that we did on Wednesday night, all about evolving leadership, with the amazing Satyan Raja from Warrior Sage, an amazing conversation. And of course, here's the show you're watching right now, Amplifying Each Other's Light. And just register. You will get the Zoom room links to all of our Zoom rooms for the next 3 months. And we are doing a show every Wednesday night, every Saturday night. I am going to do a special Sacred Sunday show in a couple of weeks with Fantuzzi and the Rainbow Tribe. We also are going to have a pair of live streams coming to you from Ashland, Oregon this month with the Twin Ray and my friend Johanna Beekman. So definitely register, globalpeacetribe.com. Come and join us and help move this forward. And thank you to everybody who's in the Zoom room right now. If you're in the Zoom room, it's because you have registered for this season. Thank you so much. And please share with your friends. And I'd especially like to have a really good audience for next Wednesday night's show. All right, Mr. Om Shar, we are turning it over to you for our final song for the night.
I am with you here inside. Don't worry, don't worry. And I love you more than you could say. And come along now and lay your head on my heart, on my heart. Close your eyes, dear, and rest a while in me. Keep open your heart and let in the sun, and bathe yourself in the garden of one. Know you're at home and in my embrace. Here is empty space. And now I ask you to take a step towards me, toward me. I can feel your longing to be home. So come along now and lay your head on my heart, on my heart. Close your eyes, dear, and rest a while in me. Keep open your heart and let in the sun, and bathe yourself in the garden of one. Know you're at home and in my embrace. Here is empty space. Here is empty space. Here is ba-da-dum-ba. Don't worry, don't worry, and I love you more than you could know. Keep open your heart and let in the sun, and bathe yourself in the garden of one. Know you're at home and in my embrace, 'cause here is empty space. Empty space. Here is, okay, la la with me. La 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 and now I ask you to take a step towards me, toward me, 'cause I can feel your longing to be home. Keep open your heart and let in the sun, and bathe yourself in the garden of one. Know you're at home and in my embrace, 'cause here is empty space. Empty space. 'Cause here is empty space. 'Cause here is empty space.
Thank you so much, Omashar. Thank you, lovely ladies of light. You have been amplifying our light in so many wonderful ways. Again, thank you, Marta, Reverend Catherine, Lisa, Sasha, and of course, Cara, for bringing these wonderful friends of yours and colleagues into the awakening world.
I just wanted to name Nancy Kinlan. She's not here tonight. She's at her improv. She's our missing sister. I meant to introduce her earlier.
Hopefully Nancy and all of you will be back again on one of our shows soon, all right? All right. Well, it is time now for us to turn our attention to the way that we're now concluding our Saturday night shows by having a group healing experience from a very highly trained member of the Twin Ray community. And as many of you know, a lot of us that watch this show are part of the Twin Ray community. It's a wonderful, ever-growing global spiritual community founded by Shekinah Ma and Sananda Ji. And tonight we are welcoming Linda McCabe. And Linda recently just moved to Ashland, Oregon to be closer to the whole community that are up there. And she is a wonderful, wonderful friend that I've been really enjoying getting to know. She's originally from the East Coast of Canada, and she's been delving into energy healing for many years and is very passionate about all the transformative benefits of what she's going to be offering tonight, which is part of the Christic energy system. That's spelled K-R-Y-S-T-I-C, Christic energy system. And she's been studying a lot of the other Twin Ray programs. So welcome to the Awakening World, Linda. I know you've been in our audience many times. You've watched the shows, but here you are actually being with us as a presenter too.
Oh, it is such an honor and privilege, Scott and Eden, to share this, and Omashar, who just is a heart as big as the world. And I love this community. It is so personable, so open, so caring. And I love the theme today. And I got to hear most of everyone's presentations, and a few that I missed, I will catch on replay. Because that's what we're all about, amplifying the light in each other. And that's my intention for this healing session, the Christic energy system. Just a couple of lines about it. It is a technology, healing technology that my teachers, Sanandaji and Shakina Ma, have gone to the future and brought back to really help us through this time. And they refer to it as holding because they do not see us as broken. They see us as whole at the very core of our being. And you all have alluded to that tonight. And so when we clear out that which is not of the truth of us, then we're whole. And so the system is meant to go deeper into the roots of that. And it offers, the energy comes from the highest realm, from the cosmic, Christic realm. And it has many aspects. It can work one-on-one, it can work in a group, which we're doing tonight. And it also works with the land, with Mother Earth. And that pleases me to no end. So it is my honor to be here with you. And I have already prepared the container. There are specific prayers that we use to expand our container. And it's not just us. So whenever a group comes together for this, imagine that the entire group here tonight, and for all those who listen to the replay, that they are held in this beautiful, you might want to see it as a golden geometric container of light. And I utilize planets and rays of light. But whenever we come together in a container like this, it creates like oneness. Okay, so in that oneness, what we're doing is we're clearing the energies that do not serve the light that we are. And I'm going to specifically be looking for a variation or an issue that is coming up that slows us or blocks us or perhaps hinders us in some way from really being more of the virtue, living that virtue that we're here to be. And so without further ado, I think that I'll get started because, you know, when we do this work, we do it for all. We do it for one another, and we do it for humanity and the planet. So let us get started. So some of this I'll say a few things, but most of it will be quiet. I invite you to allow, some of you are very sensitive to energy, and so you may see, feel, or experience it. You might see shapes or colors, and some may and some may not. It doesn't take away from the effectiveness of it. If anything, it's like a really good massage, and you may feel a lot more rested. Okay, so I'm going to double check to ensure the container is set, and I'm getting a yes. And I'll lead you in connecting meditation. So I invite you wherever you are, and if it's possible to close your eyes, to take a deep breath of stillness into your heart and expand that stillness throughout your entire torso, breathing out any heaviness that does not serve this session ahead, allowing the body to soften and a breath of peace into your heart, expanding the peace through your heart, your torso, your abdomen, your hips, your legs, and feet, ankles. And then breathing out again, any heaviness, allowing the body to soften, connecting with the intelligence of your soul. And another breath of peace and stillness into the heart. Filling, 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 going up through your head, your neck, shoulders, arms, fingers. And breathing out. And on the next breath, if you could, just imagine you're breathing a breath in and all the way down your body, down out your feet, and feel yourself going deeper and deeper through the layers of our beautiful Earth Mother. The cool, damp, moist soil, all the layers, all the way down to her molten lava core, the crystalline core of her womb space, her heart. She who loves you more than you could ever imagine. You were birthed from her elements, her nature, her essence. She receives you. You might even notice your heart starting to synchronize with the 60 beats per minute of her heart. And I invite you to let go of that which is ready to go. Just feel it leading your body down your feet, down the roots into her as she receives it with open arms and an open heart. For she knows how to compost it, how to transmute and transform it back into the elements that nurture others. And now bringing her unconditional love and nurturance back up into your feet, through your legs, and allowing your entire cells, every cell, every aspect of your body and nervous system to be filled with her unconditional love and nurturance, going into your hearts and feeling your hearts expanding even more. And on the next out breath, breathing up through the crown of your head, through the atmosphere, through the planets, through the sun, past the stars, into the cosmos, until you get the central sun, beautiful golden central sun, and connecting with the Heavenly Father, and connecting with that unconditional love, that strength, that wisdom. And releasing anything that is not off that to the Father. Knowing that we are all bringing down this beautiful, beautiful, unconditional love, strength and wisdom back down into your crown, allowing it to fill your brain, feeling your brain soften, relax, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, going into the torso, this electric masculine, divine masculine, mixing with the magnetic divine feminine, and this beautiful embrace, this beautiful co-creative merging. And you realize that it's in fact your divine masculine, your divine feminine, merging together within you, becoming a solid pillar of light that expands out through the layers and levels of your being. And opening your heart even more, you connect with the hearts of each beloved in this group container, strengthening and anchoring this love, this light. And in this stillness, I invite you to relax deeply as I begin our session. And first, I'm going to draw a beautiful golden crystal shield under the group container. And it will spin and clear the entire container, clearing any energetic residue, debris that moves up through every level and layer of both the physical body and the energy bodies, and the chakras, all of it clear. And as it comes to rest in the soul star about 6 inches above your crown, it will stay open for the duration. And I'm placing a beautiful golden gilded clock over you. And from that, my pendulum will show me where core wound is within the group to clear. And so we begin, and I will be quiet now. After I finish this, I will clear your individual energy fields and chakras, and then we will move into the variation with the rays of light. So for that, I will be quiet. And as I bring this healing session, this holding session to a close, I ask you to become aware of your breath, your body, wiggling your fingers and toes, feeling your eyes behind their lids, sending gratitude to each of you who have helped to amplify one another's light. This energy is available for the next 72 hours. I'd like to thank beloved Sanandaji and Shakina Ma, who brought this healing energy to us and who have amplified and overlit this session for us. It is done and is done.
Mute.
It always takes me a moment to come back after these sessions. Thank you so much, Linda. This beautiful, beautiful experience. And
Thank you. It's a pleasure, really and truly. And the virtue that was called in was divine wisdom on the violet ray of light.
And always just stay open for another minute or so. If people want to put in the chat box what they experienced, it's really lovely to get some comments. Susan Bloomquist writes, so many beautiful gifts tonight. Earlier, Tia had written, Omashar, I love being so familiar with your songs that I can enjoy more your performance by singing with them. Dr. Laura just wrote, God bless you, Linda. That was super powerful energy. I had extraordinary visions of the violet light. Susan experienced the Magdalene. Diera experienced deep peace. Carol Craig says, wow, I'm floating. So thank you so much, Linda. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of days when you guys come.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that, Scott. Thank you. And really, it was a joy to be with all of you. You all have such brilliant gifts to offer the world. And each of us are amplifying.
Omashar said that up until a moment ago, we had 33 folks with us for the KES healing. And 3 and 33 is like Shakina Ma's big number. So God bless everybody. Take care. Have a wonderful Sacred Sunday tomorrow. And we'll see you on Wednesday night. Thank you, Linda. And thank you, everybody, for being here. I'll go to gallery view one last moment to say goodbye to people who have their cameras on. Thank you so much, everybody. And thanks again to all the Amplify ladies, Cara, Lisa, Reverend Catherine, Sasha, Marta. Thank you all so very much for your beautiful gifts tonight. Good night, everybody.